In the book Backlash, it is about a young teenager named Lara. Lara was the girl in middle school that got bullied about her weight and looks. They called her Lardosaurus. But until the day that Lara made a new friend on Facebook, everything had changed. The friend she had made was a guy. His name was Christian DeWitt. He was a senior at East River High School. Lara had been receiving multiple messages on Facebook a day from Christian. But what she hadn't realized was that they have never met in person, talked over the phone, or even video chatted. Christian's big excuse was that his camera was broken. Lara didn't get any hint of suspiciousness. Gone by, days turned into weeks, and weeks turned into months. Lara had been talking to Christian every single day, until the moment everything collapsed. Christian was definitely two-faced. He was making it sound like he was going to ask her to his homecoming dance at East River High School. He was playing her the whole entire time. He went from calling her his babe to saying that the world would be a better place without you in it. Lara went on Facebook and saw that Christian posted multiple things about her, very rude posts. "You? Ray, an awful person. What would make you think that I ask you out?" He had a lot of responses agreeing with him, and only Lara very little decided to make a bad decision and harm herself. All of this pain made her think that the world would actually be a better place without her in it. She grabbed tons of pill bottles and overdosed herself with the pills. She had lined all of the empty bottles along the windowsill and started to run the bathroom tub. She was feeling dizzy for a while. Lara laid in the tub and waited there. All she wanted was to die and not to drown. Little did she know that plan didn't work. Sydney and her mother found her in the tub, unresponsive and hard of breathing. The ambulance took her and found that she was alive. Hello, I'm April, and today I have 5 questions for Lara Kelly. My questions are: what influenced you to overdose yourself with pills? How did you feel when you found out Bree was controlling the Christian DeWitt account? What was your life like when you got out of the hospital? What did you think when you saw your parents and Bree's arguing in the street? Lastly, what was your reaction to Bree transferring schools? For the first question, I was going through a lot at the time. I really liked what this boy that had added me on Facebook. His name was Christian DeWitt. He started talking to me every day since he had added me. I didn't really care that the fact that we have never met before, because he was giving me hints that he was going to ask me to homecoming. Then, the day came. Christian was posting things about me on Facebook saying, "You? Ray, an awful person. What makes you think that I ever ask you out? The world would be a better place without you in it." That's what brought me downhill. I never felt so much pain like that before. He was getting so many responses under his post, many that were agreeing with him and very little sticking up for me. I was shocked that Christian made that. When I decided to make a bad decision, I wanted to make sure that the world was a better place without me in it. I wanted to give everyone what they wanted, no more Lardosaurus. I took many pills and lined them up along the bathroom window. I laid in the bathroom tub and waited. I didn't. When I was released from the hospital, my life didn't go back to normal the way I wanted it to be. I wasn't allowed to have a Facebook account with parent supervision. My sister, Sydney, was trying to be as nice as possible to me since everything that had happened. But I feel so bad because I've been rejecting her existence. Also, I feel bad for Liam, Bree's younger brother. He had no idea that his mother and Bree were behind the Christian DeWitt account. He had no words, he was ashamed. So, therefore, he didn't, for the second question, I didn't find out right away. Policemen and many more law workers started coming to my house basically every week since I got out of the hospital. Most of the time they made my mother and I sit down while they talk. They would ask me questions about Christian. I was always responding with the same answers. But, then one day they came in and told me some things that I would never expected. They had told my mother and I that the Christian DeWitt account had been deleted, and that they had found some information that may solve the case. After researching Christian DeWitt, they found no results of him being in any nearby high schools. The account was a fake account, so they searched the IP address and told me it was my old best friend when I saw my parents and Bree's parents arguing in the street. I couldn't believe that this would ever happen. My ex-best friend's parents and my parents arguing over something that Bree had done to me. They were screaming across the street at each other. They were screaming so loud they almost got into a fist fight. My dad was holding back my mother from almost attacking Bree's mom. I was upset when I heard what her parents were saying about me. Her mother was saying how I was weird and pathetic. I never thought that I would hear something like that come from her. She always considered me and Bree the bestest of friends when we were in middle school. When Bree transferred schools I didn't really understand why she did. I heard that she was getting bullied for the fact that she did something like that to me. Everyone stared at her when she was walking in the hallways, and no one ever talked to her then. When Bree transferred schools she changed so much. She went from being someone who bullied people to someone new. She dyed her hair black. Her parents didn't really like the whole new look. They completely despised it. Bree transferring schools made me think that she was never a part of my life. Okay, so for the review in the book? Backlash. It was a really interesting and an intense book. Backlash had a series of events in the book that would really grab your attention. If you have ever watched the movie Cyberbully, you would realize that they are very similar. I would really recommend this book to my friends Emily and Alexis because they would really like this kind of realistic fiction book.